Hi, it's Charlie on Friday, giving you a brief video here on the use and placement of stop loss orders. As always, if you like this video, then do give it a thumbs up. We always appreciate it. So, it's a common question. I was asked it a few weeks ago, and I only just remembered to do a video on it. The bottom line, I guess the point is that people want to know where they can place their stops in order to not get stopped out. That's what retail traders really want. But really they're looking at it from the wrong perspective, because retail traders get very obsessed about trying to have high win rates and therefore not getting stopped out. This is why retail traders a lot of the time around the world won't use stop losses at all. I see so-called professional traders doing that as well, not using stop losses at all. And it's to avoid accepting that you've actually had a losing trade and being wrong. And so that's one of the problems. The other problem is that even retail traders that do use stop losses then are constantly thinking, oh well, how can I have my stop in a place where I don't get stopped out? The whole point of having a stop loss is you're going to get stopped out, or potentially if it goes against you, you're going to get stopped. So don't fall prey to the people out there saying to you that the market makers are out to get you, the brokers are out there to get you. I mean, of course, the market will gravitate, not brokers, but the market will gravitate to where orders are. So if your stop is in a place where lots of other traders have got orders, could be stop orders, could be limit orders, whatever, then the market can gravitate to that level. That's what the market's job is to fulfill orders. If there's enough orders there, and there's not enough orders going in the other direction, then it might work its way up there. So my main point is, don't worry about having a stop in a given place. What you should do is do the work, the back testing, to tell you whether having your stop in a given place is going to give you a profitable outcome. Don't worry about having losing trades. Don't worry about being wrong 50% of the time, or even 60% of the time. Some of the very best strategies are actually only have a win rate of around 40%. So turn it on its head. Stop worrying about getting stopped out and start thinking about profitability. So as long as you've got to set up a strategy, and you test that, and you test it with having a stop in a given place. So for example, on this chart here, what have we got up here? Dollar yen. If you've got a strategy which tells you to buy, let's say here, and have a stop just below the low, fine. That's your strategy, and you've back tested that. The fact that it then eventually rolls back over, let's assume you didn't bank profit up here, maybe you did, but let's assume you didn't, and it rolls over and stops you out, fine. As long as the strategy is tested, it will tell you whether over the long term, whether that's profitable for you or not. And accept that you're going to have trades that do get stopped. So I think that's the main point. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have high win rate strategies, but just make sure that you're not trying to have your stop in a place just for the sake of being right. Look at profitability as opposed to being right. What I mean by that is you could take a strategy and have a stop loss just below this low here, or you could have the same strategy, the same buy setup, and have a stop right away, let's say down here. The strategy with the tight stop could be that over enough testing actually makes more money than the strategy that has the stop right down here. Makes you feel good by having it further away because maybe more of the trades actually work out, but it could work out also that not enough of the trades work out to justify having that wider stop, and you end up having bigger losses on the wider stops. So it's well worthwhile just thinking in that way. Look at profitability rather than win rate. So in answer to the questions I've had recently about where should you place stops, well, the obvious places are where to place them. So yes, have them below lows. Now, not always do you have to have it right below a given low. Sometimes you have to give a stop a bit more room. But again, based on your strategy, on your testing, you'll know roughly where to place that stop. So that's my advice. Test it. You've got a strategy, test it. And that will tell you where to place your stop. Hopefully, that gives you some food for thought for Friday afternoon. Take care for now. See you next week.